It's Jack's Cowboys coming off of a couple losses. Worst one last week with against the Packers. Of course, since I'm from the UP, it's really gonna be a hard time with these Packer fans getting really mouthy and kind of gonna hear a lot about it this year. So lose a lot of dignity in a game like that, and it's where you don't want to really hear about it. So just gotta lay low and wait for times to change. The Cowboys, ever since they lost Romo, it's been a hard time. They were first on offense, or rated second to San Diego, which also had a pretty bad record at the time. But their offense was rated second, and at least they were in games, playing close games, almost winning. Came close to winning like 4 games, so they could have been like 5-3 right now if they would have won them games. But the last 2 weeks without Romo and with the defense playing as poorly as it is, these games are just horrendous losses where you can't even get in the game, and the same things that used to be overcome when Romo was playing aren't being overcome. Kitna throwing 4 interceptions in the Jaguars game kind of put him out of reach and end up playing from behind in all these games. So that's no way to play when the game's already lost. The other team just lets you get yardage, so and that's where a lot of Kitna's yards are coming from. So made a change from Wade Phillips to Jason Garrett. It was quite a change. Wade Phillips seemed to not be able to get these players to kick it in, and he's been kind of laid back for a coach. So need someone in there like Garrett who's more disciplinary, that can get things going. Maybe he'll change the penalties situation, and along with getting these players fired up. So with that change to Garrett this week, practice has changed. They've been practicing in the pads, which hasn't happened since preseason with Wade Phillips. It shows how easygoing he was on them, not having them as in pads and hitting during the week. I recall Jimmy Johnson did similar things to that to get the players adjusted to hitting and getting their bodies conditioned more in that way, in that aspect. So I think Jason Garrett's going to be a good change from Wade. And there's going to be a lot of changes coming up, I believe. We're trying to get a younger team because since Romo's been out, it shows how the rest of the team is not being able to how poorly they really are. So that switch should be good, and with the playing the Giants this weekend, I seen the game a few weeks ago with them, and it looked like we were going to win that game until Romo got knocked out of the game. So this will be a good time to get at him and show what Garrett's all about, and Just really got nothing to lose, so should come in there and throw as many blitzes at them, and since we got hardly anything to lose, take that risk of throwing more players and throwing more blitzes to get at Manning. Since they knocked out our quarterback, Tony Romo, which put an end to our season, showed us there would be consequences to something like that, and taking a chance like that by sending blitzes to get at Manning, taking a chances with the short throws and getting in there and hurting them will get them. Could be a good payback. So I say send a lot of blitzes and try to put a licking on Manning like they did on Romo. It was like 4 games where the Giants injured quarterbacks, so shows there will be consequences to things like that if they can figure out how to send in a lot of blitzes and get at Manning real hard. Figure the season's over anyway, so it'll show for next year that there's consequences to injuring a quarterback intentionally. Should have been a penalty. There should be things to that'll stop them from injuring quarterbacks purposely. But like when they made the rule with Brady, when Brady got injured, after Brady got injured, that slamming him to the ground is illegal. What they kind of did to Dallas, he hit him with his arm like that, full force, which was unnecessary. So send a lot of blitzes, get at Manning, take your chances with the reduced amount of coverage, because we got nothing to lose. Take a risk and create some turnovers. We could win this game. Go Cowboys.